Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. As today we go a-grovin'. Because apparently I've been warned that by simply setting foot in that place we've put several timers in motion, so we should probably check it out sooner rather than later. Otherwise, things might be very different by the time we come back.
So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy? Short-term amusements are much less hassle.
Guys, loving the banter, but could you maybe be like 27% less thirsty? At least while we're standing in a field full of corpses. Speaking of which, I can actually already kind of see what people are talking about. When we walked back out, there was someone up on top of the gate screaming about that guard's death. Oh, actually, that might be them there. But yeah, see, now we've missed interacting with that particular event. And in theory, there's other events around the grove that are similarly playing out on the clock, whether or not we're actually there to see them. It is very different than what I've come to expect from a lot of similar cRPGs. You know, in most games, the NPCs just sort of hang around in stasis until you come up to directly interact with them. But in this game, you know, you set things into motion and it creates kind of a rippling chain reaction. Dead guy's belongings over there. If we were a less scrupulous sort, we would help ourselves to them.
Come on, Rick. Now what? We dig a hole and be done with him?
We could say a prayer. We should have time for that.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be good.
Hey, baby.
What's up for discussion?
Have some respect. This really isn't the time to talk.
Right.
I feel like we're being watched.
Sorry. How about you?
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunting packs.
Well, if you are forced to defend yourselves, this seems like a good place to do it from.
Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better.
That's certainly an option. How far away is Baldur's Gate?
If the road was clear, a 10 days walk, maybe. But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
Fair, yeah. So, obviously the goblins are one of the big looming threats we'll have to deal with. I suppose that's what our focus is today, trying to gather more intel on that. They also mentioned something about a missing druid when we first came in. So we'll also need to track down those adventurers we saved. Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Looks like we got here just in time.
Don't linger.
Nice.
Can't give up. On I go.
Wait, where's Quoth?
On my way.
Really? Alright, buddy. Gonna have to take the scenic route into this fight, I guess.
I always knew
On a wing and a prayer, my friend.
when I was homesick. He never let it show, but he was homesick.
1 year later. Hey, and it was all worth it. Well done, Quoth. Glad you could join us.
Victory is assured.
It's not his fault. Birds are known to be flighty. And they can be blown off course by an errant gale.
Another step forward.
Can we push this guy off the cliff? Well, definitely not now. I guess we could huck the corpse off. A morning star. Is Shadowheart proficient with morning stars? I think she is. It certainly looks like she is. There it is. Okay, we're good. Oh, she's proficient with flails too. That's unexpected. Though honestly, I'm probably going to end up respecking her towards Dex at some point, when we eventually phase Asterion out of the party. Ma'am?
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
I'm sorry, you've lost me. Coins, mistresses? You want to maybe try that again, but from the beginning this time?
You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
Oh, yes, of course. Really, not much to say, honestly. Same old story. Kidnapped by mind flayers, implanted with brain-eating parasites. And yes, at one point the ship did briefly pass through Avernus. But I can assure you, no mistresses. That I'm aware of. I guess honesty's best policy.
Well, that's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you. Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
Thanks, I guess. So I just have someone's soul now. That's a perfectly normal thing that no one should question, I suppose. I'm sorry, I have so many questions.
That coin's worth plenty. Don't let a squid get their tentacles on it.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess that's that then. Thanks. How about this thing? What was she looking at when we showed up?
You peer through the telescope.
Well, that is clearly a dragon. Though, is that a wild dragon or a gift dragon? Hard to tell. It was gone too quickly.
You see a dragon circling like a bird of prey, hunting. The telescope points to the left.
Right, okay, that's the beach we just came from.
The telescope points straight ahead.
No sign of the dragon anymore. Though it did head left, so I mean, that would imply it was headed for the wreckage.
The telescope points to the right.
And that's some structure we've yet to see. Though possibly one of the ones we saw during the crash landing cutscene. Not sure how that really helps us, but contextually it might imply the Gith are scouring the wreckage of the Nautiloid. Though it could just as easily be a wild dragon looking for an easy male, or some other interested party. I mean, it's not like the Gith have a lock on dragons. Hey, buddy. What's up, squirrel?
Get out!
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
Whoa, easy now. I'm a friend.
You barged in without an invitation. I wouldn't call that friendly. See, you're in my territory, and I want you gone.
Come now. There's plenty of room for both of us. The world is vast, and we are but tiny in comparison. Oh, nice.
How about this? You can stay if you keep those ugly feet on the ground.
I'll even sweeten the pot. Found some weird smelling stuff on the ground. You can keep it, but...
These trees are mine. Follow the rules and I won't have to intervene. Got it?
Fair enough. I will stay out of the trees. And I also won't question where you found this hyena ear. Wow. Squirrels in Faerun are serious business. Let that be a lesson to you folks. You don't mess with squirrels. So we good?
I have something to ask.
Remember our deal now?
Yeah, I remember. Looks like our inner grove.
Won't budge.
Lift's non-functional, and I think we can see why. Load's just too heavy to bear. So we'll just find our way around. Oh, and you guys are done mourning. Can we actually chat now? Oh, look at that. The body's actually gone. So yeah, it is like a staged series of events. Interesting. Initially, there were people wailing in grief around the corpse. Then there were people quietly praying and talking about what to do with it. And now it's just gone, and they're back on guard. That's actually pretty cool. It does make it feel more like a living world.
Glad you were here for those goblins. Picked one off yesterday myself. Shot her through the throat. Well, that should have killed her, but she kept gasping. Clawing at the arrow.
Killing should never come easy. If it ever does, then you have cause for concern.
I had the same thought. And it's just going to keep happening. You made it look so easy. The killing.
Yeah, well, do as I say, not as I do? Question mark.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin.
He does seem a hot-tempered sort. I take it you two have butted heads before?
Yeah, when he ran off with the druid that saved our hides the first time. Without Halsin, this grove's not so friendly, I'll tell you that. No more trouble. Yet.
Okay, so a pretty clear pattern is emerging here. We get one question with each of these random bystanders, so we do have to be careful with what we choose to ask. Though in this case, it did get us more information about the local situation, which is useful. Aradin's errant expedition does seem to be the catalyst that lies at the center of the current conflict.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives, our futures.
No, you just care about your stupid apprenticeship.
Take that back, right now.
Okay, let's intercede on that before it goes further.
Hells, we can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
I am also here. Ask yourself this. Would you be able to live with yourself were you to abandon these people to their fate?
I made no such oath, and I will not be held responsible for these people.
Just be responsible for yourself, then. We have to stay. It's the right thing to do.
Zerg. Fine. We'll stay. If we survive, it'll make for a good story, I suppose.
Thank you, Rolan.
And all's well that ends well.
How long until Rolan shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
Hey, it's Wyll. Well, we definitely want to talk to him, but that seems less time sensitive, so let's do things in order now.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus' faithful.
Neat. And then this. Yes, okay. We can read owned books. We just don't want to accidentally take or move them, because that will get us in trouble. The brittle pages of this book have been rendered illegible with age, save for the occasional name written in crimson ink. A newer, sturdier page has been inserted behind the front cover. It reads, "Found in the riverside structure to the south. Sheds no light on the purpose of that grim place, but confirms what we already know. It is very old. All else is speculation." Very vague, doesn't really tell us much, except that there is a structure along the river to the south. That might be what we saw through the telescope earlier. Oh, and it netted us XP and a journal entry. Nice. Let's see what that actually added. Filter out the ones we're done with. There we go. One of the Druid's books mentioned a hidden cache in some abandoned ruins to the south of the grove. Is that? So... Oh, okay. No, it's, Oh, right, I guess that is a river, right. Huh. That is not what I was thinking at all. I was thinking the bridge to the west. That's actually the ruins to the east we haven't looked at yet. So, I guess maybe it is a good thing we came here first, because now we know where that cache is.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
So it's true then. You really are locking down the grove.
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
And the people depending on you, what becomes of them?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
You have to know that won't end well. You said it yourself, the region's overrun with monsters.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
I mean, can you guys not create food and water? Alright, what do you have then?
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Yeah, I do kind of question this scenario, but I guess it's not unusual for a game to just ignore the existence of spells inconvenient to the plot. Gloves of Missile Snaring. Intercept missiles from ranged weapon attacks, reduce damage by 1d10 plus your dex mod. Pricey, but potentially very useful. Ring of Flinging. Plus 1d4 damage on throwing weapons. Fun, but impractical, since you have to go back and pick up whatever you throw. Probably why it's so cheap. Ringmail plus 1. With Body Aid, plus 1 bonus on strength rolls. Huh. Sadly, we don't actually have anyone proficient with heavy armor. Chain Shirt plus 1. Also has DR1 slashing. Hedge Wanderer armor, plus 1 on dex rolls, plus 1 nature. Makes sense. This is a druid grove. Plus 1 hide. Also grants plus 1 dex rolls. Hatted armor plus 1. DR1 bludgeoning. Rain Dancer, magic staff that creates water. Okay, now depending on how limited that is, this could be a very useful item. If it's at Wyll, it's definitely worth the price, but if it's once per short, well, once per short would still be pretty good. Spell Thief. Once per short rest, you regain a level 1 spell slot when you land a critical hit with Spell Thief. Oh, well that's... I mean, it's not a perfect fit for our party, but that could be useful in Shadowheart's hands. That would be an extra potential heal per short rest. Dragon's Grasp. Plus 1d4 slashing damage versus burning targets. Oh wow, they really toned that down from the EA build. I do remember that. Back in the early EA, it was considered one of the most powerful weapons because it just straight up did extra burning damage, as opposed to the watered down version they've got there now. And that early on, just getting guaranteed extra damage was a pretty huge game changer, especially with the fire effect that came with it. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense they rather sensibly toned it down. There's a lot of stuff here that we could actually use, but these price tags, man, that's pretty rough. Anyway.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
Yep, you too. Anyway, like I said, I'll handle the trading off screen. I've got to go back to camp, pick up our vendor trash. I've got my eye on that staff, maybe the bow. But for now, let's stay focused on this. Oh, that's fun. The kids are reacting to Quoth being in our party.
Oh, right. Go for the heart.
Fierce. But yeah, I really like that. That's cute. It's the kind of granular reactivity I really enjoy. I mean, again, it just makes the world feel a lot more alive.
How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
Listen to your teacher. He knows what he's talking about. It's not always about winning. Sometimes it's just about surviving.
Kind words in unkind times, my friend. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
And you, yet another survivor, I take it. Strange, we do seem to be drawn together, don't we? As my new friends here can affirm.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Who is this woman you seek?
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mindflayer ship, but the damned illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Well, my friend, if she's as dangerous as you say, then it would be my honor, my obligation, to help you neutralize this threat.
An excellent suggestion, but your party's full up. Still, When the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer.
Fair enough. I'll be setting up camp outside the grove soon. I'll meet you there.
A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
Neat. I will say, though, it really does kill me, the 4-slot party structure. There's so many interesting companions in this game, but only enough room to run with 3 at a time.
You're an idiot.
4, I suppose, if you're willing to play as one.
This is boring. We should train against real goblins.
Yeah, you'd die.
Next time the goblins come, I'll be ready.
To run to safety, I hope.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
Yeah, these are just children. Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's that, or teach them to beg for their lives. The goblins will chase us to Baldur's Gate, and these kids know it. A warrior like you could lift their spirits.
Yes, point taken. Then perhaps I'll lift their spirits by wiping out those goblins myself.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Yeah, I get that.
Keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress, and we're no warriors.
Again.
So what's going on over here?
And again.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Never get this.
Okay. What about you guys? What have you heard?
Be gone. I am hungry.
Fair enough.
Another one. What are you under there, then? Ant? Or rocks?
Perhaps I'm a fellow ox. We do speak the same tongue. We both have horns and tails, do we not?
You have the smell, but I do not think so. You are not like the keepers here. They become birds, to hunt on the wing. Bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Is that so? So the tieflings put things in your food? That seems rude. What kind of things?
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
Well, that's no good for any of you. Perhaps I should do you both a favor. Yeah, I'm not going to make a habit of stealing from the locals, but I think we can probably justify it in this case. That aside, I am a dragon. I've got hoarding instincts. Can't be held responsible. You gotta cut me some slack here, people. Ooh, free gloves.
We're cornered in this place. Even the bloody druids look like they might turn on us.
Okay.
I swear that Ox's gaze is following me.
And again. Swing and
Is
swing.
that so? This weird little tiny ox?
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
Yeah, there's something a little off about this one, I think.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
You're not a normal ox. Care to explain, friend?
No. You are incapable.
Come now, if you don't explain, then I'm left to assume the worst. Nice.
I'll tell you this much. I'm going to Baldur's Gate, with or without the rest of these poor sods. Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this, move. Move along.
Funny.
I mean, move.
Well, moo to you too. I am not entirely sure what to make of that.
Move.
I have no more to say. Even old hay tastes better than your idle chatter.
Grass.
Okay, so I guess that's that then. I mean, if we assume Occam's razor, I guess it would most likely be a druid trying to leave the grove, incognito. I suppose there's also the chance it's a spy, or perhaps just a completely unrelated party trying to find a clandestine route to Baldur's Gate. We just don't really have much in the way of context there.
A crooked touch.
But if he's headed to Baldur's Gate, then perhaps we'll encounter him again.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Alright, we've got a little time left. Let's have a chat with Donnie over here.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
Hey, you all right, kid?
Mm-hmm.
I see. You want to talk about it?
He's still staring right past you.
Alright, I'll bite.
You see nothing out of the ordinary. When you turn back, there's no trace of the child.
Right. No signs we were just pickpocketed, so that's good. We do have to tread lightly around those kids. Apparently some pretty nasty bugs made it over from the EA build regarding their quest. The Illustrated Adventures of Baldur. This book is packed full of tales of adventure. The monsters are ferocious, the men are muscled, the women are buxom, and clothing is easily torn. Something is cleft in twain on every other page, although you do find a passage that's a little less bloody. The woman's eyes were dusky, filled with mystery and promise. Baldur was intrigued. Anything? He asked. Anything, she said. Just name it, and it can be yours. And what do you want in return? Oh, just a small thing, she smiled. Balduran laughed. Nothing about him was small. I want your soul, Balduran, she sighed. Give me your spirit, and whatever you desire shall be yours. Balduran considered this for a moment. Very well. I want a turnip. She hesitated. Your soul in exchange for a turnip? A nice turnip, nodded Balduran. Very well. Dark smoke twirled around the woman, whose skin was turning red. Then you shall... The next couple of pages have been torn out. When the story resumes, the woman, now fully revealed as a devil, is kneeling at Balduran's feet. Curse you, Balduran! I am bound to you, yours to call upon when you need me, and your soul is your own once more. Let that be a lesson to you, laughed Balduran. Never underestimate the power of a turnip. So deals with devils are fine, as long as you know what will turn up. Well, that is not the moral I would have walked away from this story with, but sure. A is for Azoth and Other Gods. Volume 1.
I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face.
Emonitor, sun's bright light, shines the truth into man's laws. Speak his name to stop a fight, then invoke a legal clause. Beware, dread Asmodeus, both his word and promise sweet, more able to betray us than the devils at his feet. Oral is merciless and cold, the winter's icy breath. Spare her a little food and gold, so you won't freeze to death. A cautionary tale in 3 parts. Yeah, I suppose in a world where gods not only exist, but have a history of meddling in mortal affairs, that is an important lesson for children to learn.
How long until Rolan shows off his thunder wave?
Alright, let's do one more.
How many people are dumb enough to ask?
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing.
Hail and well met, friend. You seem to be having some difficulties there.
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
So wait, I can just read minds now? Is that a side effect of my brainworms? I mean, I guess I won't question it. Lovely.
He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean off. Never again.
Right. See, now I do regret reading that man's brain. Clear your head. Try not to get hung up on mistakes you made in the past. Focus on the present and ensure that you don't make those same mistakes again in the future.
You're right. I need to clear my head. And step, parry, step, step, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
Why are you shouting at me? Okay, well, I'm glad that you accomplished whatever that was. Keep up the good work. Maybe don't shout what you're doing at your opponents.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
That man's going to die. But hey, on the bright side, free battle axe, I guess. Alright, folks. We're at time. Oh man, look at all this stuff we still have to check out. But it's fine, I can wait till next time. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll get a general idea of how much we've got left here. And do some off-screen trading, too. See if we can net a nice upgrade or two. And we will pick up here next time, as we chat with the rest of these folks and then get our first face-to-face with the druids. Find out if they're friend or foliage. I make no apologies for that one. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, V23, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Rowan Church, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this, move.